Today for USA Day, we are going to be making a red, white, and blue hair bow. Okay, first you're going to take your ribbon, your thick ribbon, and the longer the ribbon, the bigger your bow is going to be. So you're going to take it and fold it over like this. Take a little bit more of it, meet that end, and then take it this way. And now you can see that I've run out of ribbon to make another loop, so that I'm going to have to adjust my loops to make them even. Once you've worked your ribbon to make all of your loops the same, then you're going to take your needle and thread, you're going to start in the middle of the top of the ribbon. You're going to pull it through, and then you're going to leave that loop at the very bottom and stick your needle through so that it locks your thread in and your knot doesn't pull clear through. And then you're just going to go in and out down the center of your ribbon. Just like that. And then you're going to pull all the way through. And when you pull it, it's going to scrunch your ribbon. And now you're going to take your thread and just wrap it around the center where you sewed. That's going to hold the shape of your bow. Now it looks like this. On the back side of your ribbon, you're going to come through those threads, pull it until you have that little loop, and again you're going to slide your needle up through that loop and pull it tight. This is going to tie a knot in your thread so that it doesn't come loose. And you're going to do this a couple times just to make sure that it doesn't come loose. There's the loop, and then you pull it tight. Now, because we're going to add another little bow to the front of this, we're not going to cut this string off yet with your needle and thread. So just make sure that your knot is in there and then lay it aside. And now we're going to use the smaller ribbon to make a smaller bow to place on top. So we're going to just cut a piece of ribbon and then burn the edges. Okay, so we have our piece of ribbon, and we're going to do the same thing as we did before with the bigger ribbon. To make a smaller little bow, make a loop, another loop, and another loop. And as you can see, there's not enough to make another loop to make it look even. So you just have to play with it a little bit so that you can get them evened up. Once you have them even, you're going to lay them on the top part of your bow. So your thread is coming out the bottom. And you're going to take your needle and go straight up the middle of the bows. And straight out towards the front. And then move over just a little bit and go back down through. And that's going to connect the two together. And then you're going to take your thread and circle around that bow like you did before. Now when I went up through the middle of my bow and back down in the middle with the thread and a needle, I didn't catch all of the ends of this little tiny bow. So I had to go back through, and it doesn't really matter what the thread looks like in the middle because you're going to cover it up with a middle thing. So I just secured that little piece that I didn't and then wrapped it around. And now you're going to finish up just like we did before with putting the needle through the thread in the back, making that loop, putting your needle through and pulling it tight. And you're going to do this just a couple times to make that knot in your thread, and then you can cut it off. Okay, so now it looks like this. And you're going to cut a little piece of ribbon to put around the middle piece. So I'm going to use the red and white stars, and I'm just going to wrap it around to measure it. Cut it, and then burn the edges. Now, as you can see, my bow is a little bigger on one side than it is the other. And the way that you can fix that is when you put this middle piece on, just put it off to the side a little bit further on the bigger side than the smaller, but still covering up that thread in the middle. So you're going to put a little bit of glue on the back of your bow. Put your ribbon on. Wrap it around the front. And add a little bit more glue. And then secure the middle ribbon. And there you go. Now we're ready to put the clip on the back. You're going to take your clip, put glue all the way down it, and then place it in the middle of your bow on the back. Hold it down, and you might have to hold it for a few seconds to let that glue dry. Okay, there you go. Red, white, and blue ribbon for USA Day. Thanks for watching.